Hello there out there in TV land. We have a nice special event for us here today, and I'm happy that everybody's here. And we have a newcomer right here from town, Tyler Olson, who is the marketing manager for the Board of Ed.
New London.
New London Schools. I always put it all the same. Simple as that. So, Sharon, why don't we get started?
Okay, we're going to start off with some basketball information. Scott, can you tell us about our youngest group?
So the youngest age group we have for basketball is our 3 to 5 year olds, and this is our preschool sports basketball. And this program is on Tuesdays from 5:30 to 6:30 at Nathan Hale, and it'll start January 10th. And this program is you and your child working on, the basic skills of basketball: dribbling, passing, shooting. They usually, I think, do a nice little obstacle course to kind of work on their agility. It's a nice introductory program into the game of basketball, working on those basic skills. And after that, you can move up into our next level, which is, you want to tell us about that, Sharon?
Sure. Munchkin Basketball is our next program for ages 5 to 6. We have a long history with the Coast Guard cadets coming to run this program with us, and a fabulous partnership. Really exciting for the kids, especially 5 or 6 years old, coming out to learn about basketball for the first time and having the cadets actually there as role models and showing them how to play. It's a lot of fun. So that's going to be on Friday evenings, 5:30 to 6:30 at Jennings Elementary School. That doesn't start till after the holidays, so January 13th. So they have some time. You have some time to register before that, but don't forget, because it does fill quickly. So once they move up to the next age bracket, 7 years old, we have our next program, Scott.
Yep. So for the 7 to 8 year olds, we have our instructional basketball league. And that'll be starting in December 1st, actually. And that meets at Nathan Hale on both Wednesdays and Thursdays. And this year we're actually going to run it a little more like a league, because the kids, we're starting to get a little more out of the games at that age group. So what they'll do is they'll start off with just practices. So we'll do a little evaluation to put them into, teams that are even. That way when they actually do get to playing each other, there's not one team that's very good and another team that's, got all the younger kids on it. So we'll evenly, distribute the kids onto teams. They'll start off with practicing, and then about halfway through they'll do, instead of doing a full hour of practice, they'll do a half-hour practice followed by a half-hour of game. But the game's, very instructional. The coach is on there with them, on the court, running back and forth. They can stop the game, give some instruction to the kids. Show them where to be. It's not competitive. We don't keep score, but starting to actually put all those fundamentals together and apply it to actually playing the game. And then after that, they can move up into one of our leagues. So, and this is a co-ed league, so boys and girls can play in the instructional league.
Okay, so the next step is our girls program, and for any of the girls that you have that are 8, 9 years old, 10, 11, and 12 to 15. So all the way between 8 and 15, we run a program that is it's definitely a New London program, but also a regional program. So they travel to Groton, Ledyard, Montville, different towns around where we play other girls teams within their age bracket. So if you have a girl between 8 and 9, they're only playing other teams in the region that are 8 and 9 years old. We have coaches for those teams, so they practice for 2 weeks, and then they jump right into games the first week in December, and they continue to practice the whole time, but we probably go to around mid-February. They will have games straight through, and then we finish with a culminating tournament where they have a chance, no matter what place they came in during the season, they have a chance. Everyone joins the tournament and plays for the champion of the division. Have some great coaches returning, some new coaches that are joining us this year, so that's exciting. So tryouts for that program, and everyone makes a team, but tryouts so we can make the teams evenly, is Friday, November 4th. So you must be registered by that Friday, November 4th. And it's if anyone is, if we still have room, and you register after that, there is a $5 late charge. So you want to make sure you remember that day, November 4th, to get your registration in by. All right, and boys are separate from girls at this age, so tell us about the boys.
So we have 2 boys leagues. First is our preteen league, which is ages 9 to 12. And it'll start, the skill evaluation would be 6:30 November 14th or the 16th for new players at Benny Dover. If you're a returning player, you'll stay on the same team and you'll start practice shortly after that. But for the new players, you'll come do a skill evaluation, we'll have a draft, you'll get put on a team, everybody makes it. You'll stay on that team until you move up. And then the next league is our senior league for the 13 to 15-year-olds. And their skill evaluation is 6:30, December 12th or 15th, but we don't have a location for that yet. And then they'll start practices and then games shortly after that. And once again, they'll stay on that same team for the whole duration that they're in that league. So they get to know the coach, they get to play with the same kids throughout the couple years that they're playing. And it's a really fun time. They have referees, they get playoffs, they have a end of the year banquet.
All right. So we're going to turn it over to you.
All right. Okay. Just to speak about as far as the basketball, just want to make you aware that, especially for the males, it's somewhat competitive, and good talent has come out over there, and a lot of college, and I'm happy to say we have one pro player. But doesn't make any difference. It's basically, the program is definitely for the welfare of all our children from the district. All right. So now I'd like to introduce you to Tyler Olson, who is the marketing director for the school system.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, tell us about some of your events.
So we have the upcoming Celebrate New London. It's the 4th year, and it's at the November 5th at the Coast Guard Academy Bears home football game. All New London public students and their families will have free tickets provided by the Coast Guard Academy, and busing will be available for all students as well and their families. It's a great way to connect New London and the Coast Guard Academy through our students and really continue our bond that we have with the Coast Guard Academy.
And any others?
Yeah, so we will be honoring students from the elementary and middle schools at each quarter and at halftime. The New London High School cheerleaders will be performing side by side with the Coast Guard Academy cheerleaders, and the second graders of Nathan Hale Arts Magnet Elementary School will also be performing at halftime, doing a dance routine as well. So we really be honoring all of our a good variety of our students throughout the school system. And again, all the tickets are free for all New London Public School students and their families. So it's a great day to come on down to a Coast Guard game, celebrate New London, celebrate the partnership that New London has with the Coast Guard Academy, and just come on out and have a good time. See our students perform, see our students be honored for their academic and their after-school performances throughout the year. So it's really a great day to come on out and celebrate everything that New London has to offer.
Well, absolutely. I mean, especially we're having the two different institutions, combining and working together. That's always makes our community even a better place,
I'm sorry, before you ask the next question, I know you said tickets, and I know that's a thing that a lot of people, they're going to want to know. Could you repeat how they get tickets to the event? I'm sorry.
That's a great question. So you can pick up the tickets day of the game at the Coast Guard Academy at Leamy Hall. This is where all the tickets will be available. Just come on down with your student and the family, and they will all have free tickets at Leamy Hall the day of the game. Game time is 12 o'clock on November 5th.
You said there's busing. Where would you meet the bus? At like your school that you go to?
So we have different locations. Busing will be 10:30 at Nathan Hale Arts Magnet Elementary School, 10:30 at New London High School, 10:30 at Benny Dover Jackson Middle School, and then the pickups will be at 10:45 at Coleman Street and Laurel Drive, 47 Federal Street at the mailboxes, and Thames River Apartments at the mailboxes. And then afterwards, we'll have buses go back to those stops as well.
All right. Great. Sounds like fun.
Now, to your knowledge, how long has this program
This
existed?
is the 4th annual, the 4th year
fourth.
for Celebrate New London. Yeah, just continuing the partnership that we have with the United States Coast Guard Academy.
Yeah, we definitely have a long tradition with them. There's a young man that even plays for the team that went to the magnet school. So,
Yeah.
So everybody should at least go down there and see your friends who are also going to be there, because it'll be a great day that everybody will meet up with each other and
Watch the students perform.
that's right.
We'll be honoring students each quarter and at halftime from the elementary and magnet schools. And like I said, the second graders from the Arts Magnet School will be performing as well. And then the New London High School cheerleaders will be performing with the Coast Guard Academy cheerleaders.
So, like I said, I hope everybody attends that. Like he has says that it's existed for at least 4 years, and I gotta be honest with you, I've never had the opportunity because I've coached football and I'm also busy, and this year I probably won't have the opportunity to see it because we have Bear Bryant Roman working us together, working us to death. So I hope I can also attend it, but I could be watching film. So, but I'd also like to ask him other questions. I know we actually asked you, to come in and make sure that you introduced and told our students about the program and their parents. But one of the things that I also like to, I want the people out there to know you too. Because where actually are you from?
I live in Waterford. Yep, and I'm originally from Iowa, but I've lived in this area
right.
since elementary school. Lived in Waterford, New London, East Lyme. Graduated East Lyme High School in 1996. Went to Three Rivers Academy. Got my, I apologize, my, oh my goodness, my associates. Yes, I'm so sorry. My associates in marketing. Then I went to UConn and got my bachelor's in communications. From there, I went on to work for Mohegan Sun as a regional marketing representative. And then from there, I went to the American Red Cross. I did sales, communications, and marketing for them for 10 years. And now I'm with New London Public Schools.
All right. Now, as you stated, you went to Waterford High School.
No, I went to East Lyme High
Oh,
School.
I apologize.
Yep.
Okay, you live in Waterford.
I live in
I'm sorry.
Waterford.
Yep. And now, when you were in high school, what type of student were you? Now, because one of the reasons why I ask is because our students are out there and they also probably looking for a different, experience, for the future, like the job occupations. And what I usually try to do is prepare the students to see that how other people also became successful. So,
I was an average student. Got about B's as an average grade, some C's and A's mixed in there. I was very involved with after-school activities, whether it be sports or the student council. Tried to stay very active in my community and within the school more than just the academic part of it. So yeah, average B student, I would say.
See, and there's a prime example. It's like you got to keep yourself active. You don't have to be the most smartest person within your school system, but just an average person that, and a good person, in other words, you was involved with your community, and that was a big plus for the learning process for you and for the community. Now, you also said that you went to Three Rivers.
Correct. I got my associates. I'm sorry I slipped up on that. Thank you, Trevor. I got my associates in marketing from Three Rivers, and then from there I transferred to University of Connecticut and got my bachelor's in communications.
And there's another example of it, that you don't actually have to go to a 4-year school. Sometimes, and I'm not saying that in your case, but sometimes, you use a school like Three Rivers to find yourself, just to find out what you want to do in the future, and so, a lot of times you don't have to actually know what you really want. It'll come.
Three Rivers was a great experience for us. It was a really great experience for me, and then a lot of my credits transferred to UConn as well. So it was a great way for me to kind of get more into college, the college atmosphere, become a little bit more mature, and then transfer to UConn. So it was a great experience and a great way to do it. You don't have to go to that 4-year school right away.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I had 6 children, and I got to tell you, 3 of them all started off with junior colleges. Maybe for different viewpoints, but the point where, like, I'll show you an example, like my oldest son was drafted with the Red Sox twice, and he was drafted out of high school. So instead of for him to go to a 4-year school, we went to went to a 2-year school, and then after that, he ended up going out to Arizona State, and then transferred from there and went to South Alabama. So. There's a variety of different ways, as long as you continue on, to try to be successful or get where you want. So,
I have a son as well. He goes to Winthrop, Stim Magnet Elementary School. He's 9 and in 4th grade.
Yeah. All right. Now, we'll go back to your high school. I mean, what accomplishments did you make when you, other than volunteering?
Well, I was on student council for 4 years. I played basketball for 4 years. I played baseball for 2 years. I played golf for 2 years. So that was my general involvement with the school. I always tried to stay involved in just whatever events were going on, whether it's the senior days or the different community days that we had in the school. So I always tried to stay busy, stay active, and and I was very good with going to school on a regular basis. I didn't take off that often. I didn't have that many absentees. I was very much get up, go to school, do my work, you know, make sure I went on a very consistent basis to school.
Okay. Now, when you went to Three Rivers, what did you participate in anything?
No, you know, when I went to Three Rivers, I actually worked after school. So I worked 4 to 5 nights a week and went to school during the day or waited tables at Margaritas and Mystic and went to Three Rivers during the day. So that was where I was living in an apartment, paying my bills, and then going to school during the day.
Right. So, all right. And then when you went to UConn?
Same experience. When I went to UConn, I lived in Norwich. So I didn't live on campus. I went to Norwich and still worked as a waiter, server at Margaritas and Mystic, and went to UConn and again was living in Norwich. And so I was driving kind of up to stores or at Avery Point, where I preferred to get my classes at Avery Point, but wherever I needed to take my classes. And then I was driving to Mystic at night to work.
So it was go-getter. It was definitely. And, you know, that's where it takes. It takes, you know, hard work to achieve what you want. And here's a prime example. Here's an individual that, you know, lived in Norwich and then commuted to go to, you know, to either Avery Point or up to stores to get, you know, to get that degree. So, you know, and I commend you. I mean, I was a little bit more fortunate, but whereas I stayed on campus, but. Still, things were, you know, it was always, you know, there was the ups and downs. So
I have to say, in some ways, I wish I had more of the campus life, but I'm no regrets. But
Right.
you know, it is nice to have that campus life.
right,
It is nice to have that campus life. So
yeah, all right. And after college, what was your, you know,
after
jobs?
college, my first job was with Mohegan Sun as a regional marketing manager, and we handled any events that Mohegan Sun sponsored off property. So whether it's Red Sox games, boxing events, concerts in the summertime, we'd go to them, set up, do a promotion, make sure our logo and our name was present at the event. And then I worked there for 2 years. Then from there, I went to the American Red Cross, did sales, communications, and marketing with them for 10 years for the blood services. So, you know, we were collecting blood for the hospitals. And then from there, I just started with New London Public Schools in August as the communications and marketing manager. And I love being here. Like I said, my son's goes to Winthrop, so he's in the school system. So I feel fortunate to be able to work in a system that I'm already invested in and care about because my
Right.
son's in it. Now I get to work for that school system and be a part of it on a whole different level. So
Right.
I feel fortunate to be able to work in the school system that my son's in a school system that's really doing a lot of great things right now, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
All right. Now, in your positions, do you have like advisors or anybody who you could call and get some assistance or help? Or?
I've been fortunate to have great managers and directors over the years. One of my managers, actually going back to Mohegan Sun, Mark Provost, was a great guy. Whenever I need a reference, I always know he'll be there for me. But as far as actually calling back to get advice, I really don't have any directors from the past that I call to get advice from. But I have been fortunate to have really good people I've worked for, managers and directors over the years. But no, I don't necessarily have one that I really look for advice from in the past. I don't.
Oh, okay. Now, as you say, as of right now, you're here. Now, what makes you tick? I mean, you look like a guy that loves your job, and are you a passionate individual, or you're a motivator, or you set goals? Or?
I am passionate, and again, I go back to my son being in the school system, but I'm passionate about New London Public Schools and where they're going and all the great things that they're doing, because my son's in it, and I'm just so happy that he's in it, and I see all these programs that he's involved in. He's in the STEM, the science, technology, and engineering and math program, so I see all the opportunities that he has, and I want to make sure that these opportunities continue to grow for all of the students of New London, and through middle school and then through the high school. So I'm really passionate about growing our community partnerships, growing and embracing these partnerships and these opportunities for the New London Public School students. There's great programs going on, and I just want to be a part of that and see the success in it.
Right. And that is what really should be expressed a little bit more so than, sometimes when it comes to New London has a stigma that it's not really a positive atmosphere. And what do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm in this. I just started, but I'm in the schools every day. I'm in one of the different schools, and I see the students, I see the programs, I see the dance studios at the Nathan Hale Arts Magnet School. I see they have a professional studio just like this, where the students can do their own TV shows just like we're doing, but it's the third graders and the fourth graders that are doing TV shows like this. I see all the students with iPads working off of iPads, and the robotics courses that they have. They just have so many. The technology and the partnerships from the community that they have, whether it's the Coast Guard Academy or Electric Boat coming in, and students have so many opportunities and our great partnerships, that it's great to see, and it's great to be a part of it and in it daily. And I see these students just happy and are excelling. I was just at the More Than Words group, where the New London Public Schools were working with Ledyard and Fitz students, and we actually had 2 students from the Science and Technology High School that won the Martin Luther King Scholarship Award, Chloe and Shanika. So, I mean, just amazing students doing amazing things and being recognized, winning really impressive. The Martin Luther King Scholarship is a very impressive scholarship to win. We had 2 students from New London. There were 6 in the area, and actually 2 of them were from New London that won the scholarship this year. And just really great programs, and the just kids just really embracing the different aspects of everything that New London has to offer, whether it's the sports or the arts or the science, and the diversity that they have to come together and really embrace everything but still come together as one.
Well, and I appreciate it. I mean, honestly, I'm a graduate of New London High, and it just makes me feel great that they have hired individuals like yourself, like how you're expressing yourself, that be passionate, and that's what makes an institution. And that's one of the main reasons why if I bring in anybody, I always try to bring in individuals who work for the board of ed, school system.
Yes.
So, I mean, sorry to do that to you, but my wife was also on the board.
Okay.
So, for her, she always thought that it starts there. So.
Correct.
And that's one of the reasons why I will always say that the board, because in many ways it does start there. You have volunteers who are working hard and diligently, to make that educational system successful and doing a great job.
We have a great Board of Ed.
Right.
Great Board of Ed.
Absolutely. And a superintendent who's also alumni and a person who has great feelings for the.
Dr. Rivera is a great guy. He's a great guy, and he talk about passion.
Right.
He has some serious passion for New London
right.
Public Schools, and he has a great vision for New London Public Schools. And I love working under, and I'm learning a lot from him, and just seeing his passion. And it's an attitude of we can do anything. There's no limits.
Right.
It just reach for the stars. I don't want to sound cliche, but reach for the stars. Don't have limitations on what we think we can do or what we're going to do. He's very passionate, and his goals and his visions are just limitless. Really is.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to explain that to me, because we used to, we brought up together, and believe me, I understand quite well what you're saying. And I want to make sure that our community knows that, it's not just, that guy, Tom Major, always expressing that, there is no other place better than New London. But, we're showing here that we have an individual who works there and believes in what the system is all about. And That's what it takes.
I believe it enough, I sent my son to the school system as well.
That was gonna be my final conclusion out of the whole thing. All right. No, and we thank you. So Sharon, do we have anything?
Yep, just to wrap up, we only have a couple minutes left, but we wanted to highlight, we have a couple more programs that are coming up soon, things that should be on the radar. We have Parents Night Out in December. Very popular, 2 nights that we run while parents might want to go out and have dinner and relax during the holiday season, go out and buy presents, whatever your interest is during December, but it's a chance to have your kids well supervised, having fun. We have gingerbread house decorating. So they will come into the senior center. We're going to be decorating the gingerbread houses. They'll have all their time to build it themselves, and they have dinner, and they have, play other fun seasonal type games and activities that we're going to have for them. That's on the first Friday, December 2nd, and then on the 16th they have gift making. So they'll be making gifts for whoever they choose to give it to. So that is December 2nd and 16th, but make sure you register early. It is $10 for each child with a family cap there. So if you have a lot of kids, they have a $30. I'm sorry, $25. $30, I think it is, cap per family. And the last one is our camp. Who we want to squeeze
15
in?
for out of town too. Just
Okay.
So you know that. So then also for vacation camp in December, when the kids are out of school, the December 27th, 28th, 29th, and the 30th, we'll have a few varieties of camp options. We have cooking and arts camp, which is a very popular one. You're going to want to sign up early for that because it tends to fill up months in advance. It's been one of our most popular camps. We have sports camp and then also dance camp, and this all will take place at the Martin Center. The kids receive lunch and breakfast, and it's $35 for residents and $50 for non-residents for all 4 days.
All right, great. Thank you for joining us.
And once again, I do appreciate you coming to our show, and it makes me proud to know you.
Thank you. And again, that's November 5th at the Coast Guard Academy home football game. All the tickets are free to New London Public School students and their families. Transportation will be provided, and you can go to newlondon.org to learn more about it, get all the specifics, the times, and everything.
Go Bears.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.